Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, Alpha Auto Adventures, and today is definitely going to be an adventure. I'm going to take the Stelvio Quadrifoglio for a nice long road trip, about, let's say, just under 300 miles each direction, and I'm going to take you with me and just see how it goes. I'm going to go fill up, and yeah, let's hit the road. Alright, so I'm cruising on the highway and nice smooth ride. You know, I think some of the feedback I've heard from other videos, oh, there's a radar detector there, turn that down. You know, a bit of increased road noise. Yeah, I mean, I'd agree. It's not awful. I mean, it's something I can definitely live with. You know, some people were mentioning that there's a whistle. I'm not really hearing that. Not so much of a whistle, but just general road noise. Road noise. Man, it's weird to say sometimes. I don't know. So yeah, I'm kind of cruising on a highway. Kind of congested. Not really traffic, but definitely a lot of cars right now. The plan is to try, and I've never used the cruise control or any of like the automated stuff in here, so I'm gonna play around with that, see how it goes. You know, smooth ride for a sports suspension, 20-inch wheels, summer kind of low profile tires. I don't mind. I mean, other people might find that it's a little rough or a little, you know, stiff. This road is decent. If there were a lot of bumps, definitely feel every little thing. But not too bad here where I'm driving. But the roads can get questionable up here in the Northeast. So I want to play around with the cruise control and some of that stuff on this drive, and also to see what the most efficient DNA mode is. Obviously not race. Oh, there goes got the lane detection. I just kind of swerved towards the yellow line there. Nice beep, not as annoying. I've driven a regular Stelvio where it's a very annoying versus this one's just a little beep, kind of a few beeps, beep beep. A lot more tolerable. The other is just like, makes me want to cringe a little bit. But in terms of safety, maybe that's good because it gets your attention for sure. But definitely annoying in that other one. Let's see. Also, so yeah, what's more efficient in terms of fuel economy? Right now, I'm just in the N mode, and I'll try the A as well. I think when you're, you know, if you're smooth cruising in a highway, A might be a little bit more efficient. I know that when I'm just driving around in town, in the city, I just keep it in the N. I think the A mode is just a little too lagged, and it ends up being not as efficient, having to punch the gas to get up to speed. But yeah, I think I will say that the road noise is significant, especially as I'm trying to film this video and talk. I feel like you guys can probably hear a lot of background noise. GPS. Yeah, I think that's a lot more road noise than other cars, but I can't hate on the car just for that. It's part of the driving experience, if you will. So yeah, let me change this into A. Green light comes on. Right now my fuel range is 366 miles. I filled up earlier. Let's see how far into it. About 56 miles into the drive already, and the gauge is still at F, so that's nice, at full. But once you start dropping down from that full, I feel like that tank just drops quickly, exponentially quicker. Whatever, it is what it is. 2.9 twin turbo, 6-cylinder engine, 505 horsepower according to the sticker. So yeah, fuel economy not a highlight, but honestly not that bad compared to what I had before. I think I was getting 17.4 in my Infinity that I had, and right now I'm at 22.5. But I'm on the highway, a little different, can't fully compare. So we'll see what the miles per gallon ends up being on this trip, and then compared to my regular daily driving. Alright, so highway opened up a little bit, and I put on the cruise control. Obviously very simple, just like most cars. You turn the cruise control button on, you go down to set it, obviously select the speed you want, and then from there I think we can adjust. So I can adjust the distance that you want to keep between the car in front of you. I'm going to make that smaller, and it shows you the speed that you set it at. So right now I have it set to 74, and just cruising. I don't know if it will, let's see, it's showing me that it's detecting both divider lanes there. I don't know if it corrects, I think it just makes the noise. Let's test it out, rolling around. I didn't feel any self-correction. It just kind of gives me that warning, and it shows me which side, in case I wasn't sure. Yep, and then we have a little up and down here that you can increase and decrease your speed once it's selected, and it should be adjusting for hills and obviously cars in front of me, so I can keep my legs nice and relaxed and enjoy the ride. I got the camera mounted on the seat belt here, and just to kind of try to show you the bumpiness of the ride a little bit. This is actually looks like a pretty newly paved part of the road here. Now when you put it in dynamic and race mode, it gives you an option to make it softer dampering, I believe. So it makes it a little bit less rigid and stiff when you're in those modes. Alright, so I am 126 miles in. I gave the cruise control a try. I turned it off, a little bit more congested now, and taking exits and all that. So I turned that off for now, but I liked it, worked great, adjusted to the cars in front of me appropriately, accelerated nicely. Yeah, can't complain. I want to test it with a flatbed that is empty and see if it picks that up, because that flatbed's pretty low, and if it's empty, then I don't know how much it will pick up or not. So if I run into that, I do want to test that out, and I'll let you know. Stuck in traffic now, and it's gonna kill my gas mileage. So I was doing pretty well. I got up to 25.8, going about average speed says 53 miles per hour. Obviously it took me a little time to get to the highway, and then a few stops here and there. some smaller roads, I should say. So kept the miles per hour a little lower, but that makes sense. Averages out. I wasn't going too fast anyways on the highway. You know, so in traffic sucks, but what are you gonna do? One thing I will say, the car just kind of moves as I just kind of let it idle a little bit, and as long, you know, right now we're just rolling really slow and at a low RPM, it's pretty comfortable. It's not jerking or anything like that. Like, again, this is automatic too. I'm not sure what gear we're in rolling through, but you know, if you had a manual car and kept it in first gear, a lot of power, a lot of torque, it can become a little jerky, right? And you don't get that in this car. I guess if I had it in the manual Tiptronic mode and kept it in low gear, maybe it would. I guess we can try it. Let's see. So right in first gear, let's see what it feels like in first gear. Again, I think it just, maybe the RPMs are low enough that, you know, we're not putting any power down, so that could be another reason it's not too jerky. I'm staying below 2,000 RPMs. Yeah, so you know, you feel it a little bit once I get a little closer to the 2,000 RPMs, but again, nothing crazy, very manageable. Once you get it, I got it up to 3,000 there, you definitely feel that a bit more, obviously, as it goes through the different RPMs.
Alright, so I realized I didn't really record anything from once I actually made it to my destination, and just to review the numbers. So I ended up going down to 24.1 miles per gallon at an average speed of 43 miles an hour, with a good amount of traffic that I hit towards the end of the trip. And I have 102 gallons left, or sorry, 102 miles left as my range, and the tank is roughly, in terms of the indicator, it looks about half. But I mean, I know that's not true in terms of overall distance and range. So yeah, okay. Now we'll see how my ride back is in a few days. So we'll jump to that and catch you soon.
Alright, what's up everyone? It's time to head back. Right now I have a 243 mile drive. This trip so far, total 355 miles, but some of that's been some city driving at my location here. I'll look back into the video in terms of the highway miles that I hit. It's probably close to the 243, give or take a little bit. And yeah, so we'll talk along the way a little bit and see what's going on, see how the ride's going, and I'll check in with you along the way. Alright, quick check-in. I got 156 miles to go. Had to take a little restroom break. Ton of traffic. Gas mileage has been destroyed. Back down to 21 with a average miles per hour of 33. Sweet. Been jamming away to M&M, catching up on some old beats. Love it. Alright, let's jump on. Hopefully traffic doesn't look too slow, too tight, but let's get back on the road. Towards the end of the road trip here, just stopped for gas, and let me tell you, so I'm cruising and Range was at about 140 miles to go, and then all of a sudden I hit some pretty much standstill traffic, 3 lanes going to 2, and all of a sudden I look down and I have no range given on the indicator here on the dash. So shit, I'm like, okay, how long is this traffic? Am I gonna run out of gas? Is that really gonna happen to me right now? Luckily it did not. Traffic picked up, and then once I started rolling, the range went back up to about 80, but again, something about not having that range number given was a little stressful, especially not knowing how long that traffic was going to take. So something to keep in mind. I thought, oh, okay, 150 mile range, I should be good. I don't need to get gas. When I stopped last time, thinking, oh, I only had 29, well, now I only have 29 miles, but at the time I was pretty equal to range and miles. Silly me, that's my mistake, but just something I'd share. Another thing I tried was using the cruise control in traffic. That did not work. I don't know if other cars it works, but did not work. I didn't want to test or slam into the car in front of me. It didn't seem like it was going to stop at the low rate of speed in the stop and go type traffic. So yeah, that does not work. Don't try it. Alright, so I've made it back. About a mile to go to my final destination. Let's check the stats here. We are just about 600 miles into it total. My average miles per gallon, 21.8, and 36 miles per hour average speed. Today I hit a ton of traffic coming back, and that just kind of killed all those stats, I guess. Overall, car did really well. I'm gonna check, the fluids and stuff like that after. I was worried about potentially some coolant issues, especially it being a bit warmer the past week or so. But car did well. Levels look good. So yeah, no complaints except for the traffic. All right. So actually made it very good. So I didn't get to try the cruise control with a empty flatbed tractor trailer. Didn't come across one on this ride home. All right, that's a wrap for this video. I made it back all in one piece. The car survived, everything went well, and that's a wrap. If you guys like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more random adventures with the Alfa, but also other automotives and car related things. Catch you guys next time.